3, 2018. This is for the beginners class, and I'm going to probably do a series of these because after I make this one, I know I'm going to be able to add to this, but I wanted to go ahead and try to address this subject here, the daily grind of a crypto trader. And this is an article that I'm going to use because it's funny. And you guys know I like funny stuff. So, but I'm going to be serious about it too, and I'm really going to kind of try to show you what I do. And my life and what I do is a little bit different than what you do because I do crypto full time. Some of you guys do crypto full time. A lot of you don't. So there's different things that you have to do, but for the most part, it's a business, and you treat it like a business. And so you take your business experience, if you have it, and you apply it to your trading. If you do not have business experience and you do not know how to run a business, you need to go get some information on how to run a business. You have expenses and you have revenues when you're a trader. And if you do not understand what that means, you really need to think about what you're doing, because that's what it comes down to. Your profits are your revenues minus your expenses. Okay, so you're running a business. That's why it's important to cut your losses short, because you don't want a lot of expenses. You want more revenues. And the only way you're going to get revenues is learn how to do this successfully. And the only way you do that is take your time. Don't go too fast, and don't focus on the money at first. You focus on the education. A lot of you guys want to come in and focus on the money, and it's the most worst thing you could do. Worse. Is that a word? Worse. It was the most worst thing you could do. Worser. It was the most worser thing you could do. And that's the truth. So I'm going to go through this article right here, and it's going to pop up some things in my head, and that's why I'm going to use it. So crypto traders, a daily grind, and I don't promote anything that's on this page. Okay, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not responsible for anything you do with your money. This is for educational purposes, and I am your crypto gunslinger. Let's go. So, crypto daily grind. Whether you're a newbie or just waded into the crypto market, or a seasoned crypto trader with wallets full of tokens. Oh my God, that sounds so horrible. This is the daily grind, and we're about that crypto life. Okay. Waking up. So they give you Mario Brothers collecting coins. Okay, this is automatically, I've looked at this, but there's gonna be some things y'all know I ain't gonna like about this. Once those eyes pop open in the morning, the true blue crypto trader only wants two things in life for the price of Bitcoin. The moon, no. I want it to get absolutely crushed in order to sell cryptocurrencies at high prices, or for it to drop to the floor to be able to buy more. Okay, so the person writing this automatically is not a trader. So this is going to be funny. I already see that. Okay, but listen, he's got the subject right. You wake up, what do you do? Well, most of y'all get up and go to work. But I remember when I worked and I traded, I had to separate the two. And I would have to get up 2 hours early because I had to be at work at 8 o'clock. When I first started, I had to keep a job. You never want to give up your income while you're trying to learn to do this. You will screw yourself so bad. You do not want to trade for income. Always remember that. Okay. Now, so you wake up and you got to say I got to go to work at 8. I get up about 5 to. I would trade London. So sometimes when I didn't have to work a full day or whatever, I'd get up at 3. Otherwise, when I was working full time, I learned to swing trade. So I wasn't in forex. You can day trade. It's still target trading. You don't scout, but you can moves. You can get 100, 150 pips in a day. Okay. Crypto is a little bit different. It's absolutely almost impossible to day trade, but you can monitor the market for opportunities, and then when those opportunities pop up, if you know how to handle those opportunities, you can do this efficiently. There's too much news coming in at you. There's too many people telling you too many things. You need to turn it off and find the important places where you find your crypto and make it efficient. You've got to figure out what's important to you fundamental wise and what's important to you TA wise, and cut the other stuff off if you're not doing this full time. If you're doing it full time, you open up the floodgates and let it all come in if you know how to filter it. Because even the bad news tells you stuff. All the news tells you stuff, even if it's made up. So you wake up in the morning. What I do is I wake up in the morning, get some breakfast, maybe go for a walk, take Buddy out, my dog, and think. I'm automatically thinking about the crypto market when I wake up. I try not to check my phone because in my business, I have a lot of messages and I'll get diverted really fast. So I just go and try to clear my head as best I can. And then, as far as my crypto goes, I pull my charts up. Pull my charts up. I pull my charts up, start going through my charts, seeing what's moving. I have a lot of coins I follow. I don't expect you guys to ever follow all the coins I do or have as much chart work as I do. So I check the greens. I look and see what's green. I look to see if there's any anomalies in percentages that's not normal. Of course, I check Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin, the three main ones. I do not look at XRP. It is not a main coin. Um, and I go to look at XLM or a couple of my favorites. I really just scroll. And when I pick up anomalies in the percentages or something going on, I've learned to go and check them out and see what's going on because I forget about them sometimes. There's so many coins, I'll forget about certain ones. So that's part of my day, and I do my chart work. What I find, I'll go in if I don't have my chart work done or it's in an area that I've been watching for. I will pull up my exchanges, and see what I got going over there. I keep my exchange and what the coins I keep on my exchanges. I keep that pretty organized. I know what's going on over there. I don't mess with a whole bunch of coins at all at one time. I have certain ones that I find that I like, and that's where my money goes. If I decide that I'm going to be trading, and I trade targets in a market that we're in right now, it's really hard. The percentages are good compared to other markets, but I prefer bigger targets where I have two, three, or four, and I can do more swing trades, and it's a lot more. I get my money to risk free, and then I just let it go. I don't worry about giving back profit if I've got a target and I trust it, and that just takes experience and a lot of work. So that's what I do when I wake up, and then the news comes in, but I really don't. Look at this picture. I really don't pay that much attention to the news. I've got, of course, for me, I've got a Facebook group. So for you, I would go to my Facebook group and see what Scott and Ti and Cody's talking about. Or try to get some information from the group. If I would find a group. There's not too many Facebook groups out there I would trust too much. And I know you're probably listening to this and saying, well, it's because of your group. No, it's because we work really hard to do what we do with our group. And we have some very special crypto people in here that sometimes just watch and sometimes they participate. And when a big subject comes up, we have lots of people who come in and kind of dig into it. And we do a really, really, really you know, we work around the clock to keep our group clean. Now, if I was in a special group, like a VIP group, of course I would cut that off and I'd come over here and follow what's going on right here, unless I was looking for maybe some additional research or something. In this market, I would find me some fundamental guys that I could turn to that would dig stuff up and understood what I was asking. If I needed to help with like doing research and different things like that. Now this is my good people group. This is my VIP group. In my VIP group, you can type just about any symbol right there, and the chart will come up. Okay. I download all my charts. I download all my videos. You can see my signal videos and stuff come over here. And so as for you, it's going to be important. I go back to my forex days. And when I started learning about forex, I found forex live. And these guys, I participated in their post and started talking to these guys, and I just got to where I was talking to forex people. And forex people pay attention to forex stuff, so that's what I do to kind of get my feel. Of course, I work on my charts. I have a certain amount of time. I scan the market. If I had to go to work at 8 o'clock, I'd put in about an hour and a half. If I found something that I wanted to enter, I would, and I wouldn't worry about it. I'd set my parameters and I'd go to work. I wouldn't need to be checking my stuff all day because I wouldn't be risking enough money that if I got stopped out, it would hurt me. And unless it takes off, now if we crypto with forex, I could put it on my phone and check it real easy. And if it would hit I could put a stop loss and a take profit. And one day we'll be able to do that in crypto, and hopefully pretty soon when these forex brokers take over and set this stuff up right. So, with crypto, my first priority is to get that money to risk free with a stop loss that won't snuff the trade out if I have a high target. So I have to let it take off from where I entered, come back and take off again. And as soon as I can get my stop loss in a good place to make that money risk free, then I can hold on to my target. You can't set both of them unless you use a third party. Okay, and doing that, you need honestly to figure all that stuff out. You need to go to your YouTube channel. Okay, because I get a lot of questions about exchanges and stuff. Scott, make a video about an exchange. You want me to make a video about pushing buttons? Go over to your Binance. Go to your Binance. I'm just going to pick Binance, and I'm not going to sign into my account. But you go over to your Binance. That's probably going to mess up the one I got signed up in. But anyway, you go over to your Binance and you go through digging through this. They got support. They got videos. I mean, there's going to be some things you get stuck with. You get stuck on, and that's where you get some training and you get some support. But you have to dig all through this. And that's if I made a video about this, you know what I do? Because I come over here and when I first learned how to use Binance, I just click, 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 and kept clicking and kept looking and kept figuring out what I needed to figure out. And that was the business part of it. Because this is where I enter and exit trades. And this is where I'm supposed to be able to keep up with what I'm doing. And they don't do a very good job of it. Just like they don't have a very good job of being able to set a stop loss and take profit at the same time and being able to put it on a chart so you can move it with a line. That's what should be set up. So your work has got to come over here on wherever you're going to be putting your money. You got to trust these people. These are your business partner. This is where your money's at. This is where the money to do what you've decided to do sits. And if you don't understand this thing inside and out, you're not running a good business. And if you're expecting somebody to come and walk you through all this, you're not running a good business. If you get stuck on some stuff and you ask for help, you're running a good business. And that's really what it comes down to when it comes to these exchanges. I'm not going to sit here and click around on these buttons. You've got to figure that stuff out yourself. Now, for Trade Crypto Live, I'm gonna do some simple stuff for you because I realize that if you come over here, some of these, I mean, when I first started this business, I was like, well, I don't need to make these videos. Good God, there's so many of them. But when I start watching them, it's all a bunch of shilling to get you into some bad stuff. So be careful. I used to suggest these, and I know there's some good ones, but I can't dig through all this crap. And honestly, most of it's crap. There's some good ones in there, so you're gonna have to go out there and look and see, with the tutorial and all these things. It's not really that hard, and when we get some manpower, we're gonna do it. But your job is to go over there and use the support right there. Okay? You got your latest news. You just go digging in here, facts. Just dig in here and see what they got. Okay, I can't remember exactly what Binance has, but they all got stuff for you, and these are their stuff is what I trust first to learn how to do the buttons and the mechanics of it. If you're, this is a beginner video, so you guys that are signed up for the beginner course, you got two guys that can help you with this stuff, and if they can't help you, I'm right there behind them, and I got a team behind me. But you got to do a little bit of work yourself. If you get stuck on something, hey, I went over there and I just sat there for 15 minutes and I couldn't figure out what to do. I don't understand this tether thing. I don't understand this. I don't understand that. You're going to have to dig. You're going to come and ask us, hey, I'm stuck on this. And we're going to lead you to where you can start to figure it out. The problem with crypto is all the people all over the world. I cover people all over the world. And they all use different exchanges, and it's all different. So again, it's almost like the click mentality. You've just got to go in and do it. I mean, honestly, like Scott does it, but there's other ways. But you can come over here and organize how you're going to walk through this and learn it. Scott just comes over here and starts clicking. But I've been using exchanges for a long time, and I know how different they all are. That's why I hate using different ones because it takes me a while. Learn how to use their charts. Now, on these exchanges, I don't suggest you use their charts at all. Go get you a decent charting platform. TradingView seems to be, well, TradingView is the one I use because I can get so much stuff. And Coinigy, some people like Coinigy, but I've just never, I used Coinigy for a while, and then I've started using this one. And then I have my professional charts, which I've only got the big three on. But I have all my fiats and stuff where I trade Forex. So let's go back to this article. So you opened up. Check some news, see if anything's going on. I mean, like TradingView feeds it into me, so I have it all coming in here too and all that stuff. But your news feeds for me personally, I read it off here. I got my fundamental team. I got a fundamental room to I research coins, so it would probably be important. It is important for you to find your source of good, reliable, fundamental information, and maybe some access to people who could do some research for you. You're not going to get that free. It's just not going to happen. Okay, people can't dedicate their life to things and you not pay for it. I mean, some of you guys think everything's supposed to be free. Well, free is free, ain't it? You get what you pay for. So just keep that in mind, but be careful who you pay. I'm not telling you come pay me for my stuff because I'm not a shiller and I do well with my company and I really don't need to sell you anything. I'm trying to get you. Well, you guys are trainees. Sometimes I forget who I'm talking to. Sorry, trainees. Y'all already signed up. So sorry. I went off into crypto land thinking, and I may have to do a take two or take three. We're gonna see how this goes, but I'm gonna keep it coming until we get all your answers, your questions answered with this. So daily grind. Let's get back to the daily grind, Scott. So Mr. Mario's not up get collecting coins. This is horrible. You fix yourself looking in front of the mirror. Uh-oh, it looks like Scott. I'm dancing. No, I don't dance like that. I mean, he ain't singing. Good gracious. Getting up from bed, you open your smartphone to play videos. No. Checking out what's happened in the crypto market while you were sleeping. No. You take a shower. Yes. Brush your teeth while listening to crypto. No. Hold on. Definitely not listening to crypto analysts and doubters. You dry yourself and slip into your work clothes as you tell repeat your okay, they messed up right there. As you tell, repeat to yourself in front of the mirror that your investments will do you good sooner. No, I don't do that. I risk the reward, and I'm not going to have to tell myself the chart. I mean, they're either going to work or they ain't going to work. Eating charts for breakfast. That's kind of what I do, but I have most of my charts burning in my mind. And the more you do it, you'll be able to. Somebody, just think about it like this. Somebody could ask me about auto right now, and I could tell them exactly what's going on that chart. I couldn't maybe give them the numbers, and I could come close to the numbers if I wasn't paying attention to so many coins. So you need to burn your favorite charts and coins into your head as you learn to do your charts. And that would be eating charts for breakfast. And you have to have a good routine with your charts. When I was in Forex shut down on the weekends. And on the weekends, I did a bunch of my chart work when nothing was moving. Crypto's always moving, but you got to learn not to pay attention to what's going on and figure your chart out. So the screen glows, bringing up pie charts and graphs. Why? And on the monthly and weekly movements of the coins that you own. I'll say I don't look at those kind of graphs ever. So you a possible pattern to maximize your returns. Again, this person is not a trader. He's just pulling words. So you're driving and you're commuting to work. Meow, it's the crypto kitty. Car or commute this time is spent getting more crypto market updates before making any major decisions for the day. And again, this is like day trading mentality or something. If you own a car, you tune in a podcast or listen to the audio. You listen to Scott and the Bitcoin Bubble Lounge and Matrix Rooms in the morning. So on your way to work, you listen to the Matrix Room. And that's for my trainees and my VIP people. New York time, 9 o'clock. On the commute, you spend time browsing social media sites. Please get off of them, laughing at crypto memes. Well, all you got to do is come over to Scott's personal page, and I will give you the best crypto memes there is. When I see them, I steal them all the time. And people make them for me. I don't steal them, but when I see good ones, I'll copy them in a heartbeat. Killing time. There's a big chance that your job is extremely unrelated to cryptocurrencies, and it's also likely that your bosses or office mates are clueless on its real potential. You tried so many times to explain to them how it works, but now you're just tired from trying to explain to disinterested audience. And so that part of it was that's useless. It, okay, so you're at work, you need to work. That's what you go there for. Focus on your income. You should be able to handle your life so you're not worried about crypto all the time. If you're worried about your crypto the whole time you're at work, you're risking too much money. End of story. We don't even need to talk about it anymore. Lunch break, but the game continues. What game? I'm not playing no game with my money. Again, I do not promote any of these sites. Almost 100% of them are just crap. But this is a good little layout. At the middle of the day, after gathering enough data and news, you tend to do most of your trading activities over lunch, really. Unless a major scenario that prompts you to retreat all your bets on a particular coin already occurred. This is your only chance while at the office to be your true self. Unashamed of being constantly glued in front of your laptop. No, now, for me, it's different because I'm running a business, but you should not be glued in front of your laptop all the time unless you're deep into your studies and you've put that time away to be able to do that. So there's no reason to be glued in front of your laptop all the time. You've got to learn how to efficiently and properly do this and manage it around your life. If you're full time, you can jump into it. If you want to treat this like a student and go into college, Go all in and get as much as you can, but you've got to set it up as a business around you. You've got to really control the info flow so you can make sense of what you're taking in. And you always got to remember garbage in is garbage out. So you've got to be really, really particular about what you're taking in as far as information. Killing time again. Lunch break is too short as you spend time nursing your battered wallets from a stock crash, or you just lost track of hours as your altcoin is currently peaking at its highest price in weeks. So, with this article, this is a completely wrong. I mean, this person is letting crypto just completely distract them from life and worried about the wrong things because they don't know what they're doing. So, training is part of your daily grind. It has to be, especially for beginners. You have to have a part of your day that is specifically set aside to learn something new, and you're probably not going to learn it all in one day. And you're going to have to come back to it. You need notebooks, you need to do a lot of writing, and you need to do a lot of documenting as you move through this process. You have to assess your progress, and you don't assess your progress as a beginner by how much money you're making. Okay? Out of the office and back into crypto arms. As you prepare to go back home, you sigh at a heavy volume of vehicles out on the roads. You either continue your crypto escapades trapped inside a vehicle for several hours listening to Scott and trade crypto live before reaching home, or you do it while nursing a nightcap with friends, debating with them that your digital investments will someday make you filthy rich. You should not be debating with people that your investments are going to be making you filthy rich. Sleeping but not snoozing. If your single crypto market analysis and charts are your bedtime stories with maybe a little self-loving to spice up the night. Oh my God. Oh, I didn't just read that. If with your significant other, your mind wanders to wonder about your Dogecoin. Oh my gosh. Shares as you're faring while lovemaking. And when you finally fall asleep, your recurring dream about your Jesus coin, plastic Jesus shares becoming worth more than Bitcoin, plays out in a vivid video. So most of this is just silly stuff. Um, but I think I've covered most of the subjects here. I may take some Q&A on this one, because some of you guys this is more about the daily grind and the process of filtering information. Getting you a process down of your learning, because you're learning. You need to treat it like you're in college. The teacher didn't make sure you did all your stuff in college, did they? Not my college. They just assigned it, gave it to me, and I had to do it. If I didn't show up for class, they didn't care. And it's the kind of the same way. This is you. Nobody's responsible for what you do except for you. I'm responsible for bringing you, because you sign up for my beginner class, anything and everything that I've learned that's important to you, and try not to overwhelm you. That's one of the problems with crypto. It's one of the problems with Scott and beginners too, is because I have a lot of stuff that I could never even show you because it would confuse you. Start simple. Fibs, for me, starting simple is learning your trend lines, learn how to read a chart, learn how to build a chart, learning how to use whatever platform. And again, this is one of those things where you got to come over here, and Scott don't even know all the buttons because I don't pay attention to a lot of this stuff. You come over here and click, 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 click. Now, I stay so busy, I don't click all this stuff. I do when I need something. Okay, for beginners, starting to get your head around moving averages. Okay, it's pretty simple. I mean, we have some stuff in the beginner class on moving averages, but if you want to try to go any deeper, moving averages are pretty simple. You come over here and Google it. I mean, just as simple as a definition will start to get your head around it. There's no secrets. It's a statistical moving average. It's a calculation to analyze data. I mean, it's a lagging indicator. But, moving average is one important thing. Fibs is the second important thing, which I just beating y'all's heads. The live room that I have is very important for real-time thoughts, and as the market develops, to be able to apply what you're learning to what's actually going on. You don't go clicking a button and buying, selling nothing off the bat. Plenty of, get you a TA book. Okay, and the next thing I would suggest is get you about 3 good books, and we have the books list here for you. A TA book is very important. A candlestick book is very important. Okay, and then a psychological book, because you need to get your mind right. You need to understand candles, and it's going to take a while. And you need to understand TA tools and what technical analysis means and what fundamental analysis means. 2 important subjects. Technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Get your head around those two subjects. Okay? Moving averages, Fibonacci's, patterns on a chart. Learn how to read a chart. Prices. Some of you guys got simple stuff that it may seem hard for you at first, but if you're really serious about this, it's like riding a bicycle. You can't do it at first, but you learn how to do it and you never forget. Okay? It's put yourself in the mentality that you're in college or you're getting your PhD. Traders and what you've attempted to do here are some of the highest paid professionals in the world. They are the highest paid ones, the most successful ones. And it seems so easy. You just click a button and you make a lot of money. It does not work that way. It's very, very hard, time intensive, and you've got to be dedicated to it. And you will hit wall after wall after wall, and some of those walls will knock you out. You're going to have times where you can't hit a trade for nothing in the world if you use your risk parameters, and that's the next thing. Now that I brought that up, go and Van Tharp is a wonderful place to go. We teach you about the 2% rule. It confuses some of y'all. If you're confused, you come over. For us, you can ask on the website. You got the Facebook groups. We also got Discord. You come over to the next training that I do, and you have me in a direct channel in my Slack room. So anything you get stuck on, you just come ask. It's as simple as that. But you have to dedicate yourself to the education. You can't expect people to hold your hand every time you run up into a block. If that's the way you're going to treat this, you're never going to be successful at it. Okay? Go digging. Go find what interests you. I suggest to all of you to go and even though it's crypto, go and find Forex Live. They have a crypto spot. There's not a lot of crypto information over here, but these guys are pretty smart. And then you need to get your head around the bigger markets of the world. Just pick yours for first. If you're in New Zealand, learn about New Zealand Forex. Or just learn about fiat because fiat plays a lot to do with this. So you have a lot of subjects to get your head around. Don't try to eat too much at one time. It doesn't work that way. Remember to always take breaks. When you hit walls, walk away. If you start trading and you're real successful, when you're real successful is your most dangerous time. Walk away. Have set goals. Get your head around what a trading plan is and start working on it and keep it simple. Find a few people that you trust with TA while you're learning. You don't have more than one. I had Scott Barkley and Proact charts for my Forex, and I stuck with him. I went looking a few times because I got frustrated, but I always came back to the person who started me because it was good stuff. And the only reason I left is because I wasn't doing what he told me, and so I blamed it on him. And when I first started, and you'll do that. People start getting mad at me. All that stuff Scott teaches, it don't work, and it's because you're doing it the way you want to do it, not the way I taught you how to do it. Because I know it works. It's been working for me for almost 15 years. Now crypto's a little newer, but it's working in crypto for me too, or I wouldn't be teaching it to you. Because how could I teach you something if you were never going to be successful at it? How long could I run a business like that if nobody got successful and they weren't happy with my training? How could I run a business like that? You can't. There's no way. I mean, there's people out in crypto lands doing it, but they erase their stuff and go hide and turn into somebody else, and oh, a bunch of stuff. We ain't gonna get into that. So, what I want you guys to do when y'all get this video, because it's gonna be over on the website, it's the first time you're gonna see it. Don't be afraid. Come in the messenger, ask questions about it. See, we may be able to go deeper into it for you if you get stuck on some stuff. If you have to, go try to go too far with it. I'll just have to tell you, this is a beginner class and you've got to move up to get that subject. But if there's something that I may have missed, because this is like a first time I've tried to do something like this, because y'all know I just prefer to be in my charts. You just come in and ask, or you send an email to my team, or whatever you want to do there. You've got so much access to us, you just reach out. The only dumb questions are the ones you don't ask. TradeCryptoLive.net. I'm so glad to have you. I'm so glad you found us. Just make sure you take advantage of what we offer you and apply your educational mind and think of it like college, and it takes time. Go slow. Best advice for the daily grind is there is no rushing in crypto. If they start rushing you, get away. You cannot do this properly with a rushed mind. If you're FOMOing or fearing, you're not going to do the right things. Emotions will kill your capital. Okay? I'm going to end it right there. Y'all have a good night or a good day. 12/3/2018, just to put a day on it. I'll be going live in my Bubble Lounge in about 45 minutes. See you guys later.